Oh, feels good to be back on a capture card again. So today we are starting the hunt for Zygarde. Let me show you real quick just how much I prepared to, how much I prepared to hunt the Zygarde. First of all, if you take a look here, Shiny Charm. 1,000 Pokeballs ready. Not only do I already have maxed out Dynite Ore, but I also got to the point where I made everything in the PC box hold one. Yeah, you get the idea. Why are there so many empty spaces? Don't worry about it. At this point, I don't really know myself either. So I am prepared. Because I maxed out on ore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a Beast Ball just to make a little bit of space. Alright. Let's do this. I was actually going to host myself, but the timing didn't work out and someone else is hosting, so even better. Because I don't like hosting. Okay, so let's see. Code is 25255522. That is the code I will be using. So I figured I should host because there's no guarantees that, someone will be hosting Zygarde every time I'm here doing this. So I figured it'd probably be best for me to host, even though I don't like being the host. But hey, the timing worked out so that someone right now would host for me, so we're just gonna go with it. So I have a strategy in front of me. As player 3, I pick Amoonguss. If you couldn't tell, that 0 on screen is meant to be how many encounters for Shiny Zygarde. Let's see, so the strategy, we go left for Stunfisk. Let me tell you, you guys don't understand how much work I had to put in, not only to prepare for Shiny Zygarde, but also how much work is behind the scenes right now to actually get this set up. Because I have to be in a Discord group, and I have to follow the instructions. It would have been much harder had I been the host, scouting for a path. As in, looking for a good path. And then once we find a good path, I constantly reset the game until, something happens. So, for the time being, this host said that they will be able to do this for 2 hours. Bet. All I'm hoping is I get Shiny Zygarde before my Pokeballs run out. Because I don't have money to buy any more. So if I run out of Pokeballs, I'm screwed. This is also the same file. Ooh, a freeze, awesome. This is also the same file where I hunted for all the Tapus, as well as the Light Trio. So Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma. I hunted for all of them on this file. So that's why I have so little money. But thankfully, I had just enough money to max out on Pokeballs one last time. Alright, so while we chill and do this, I have a lot of things to talk about today. First, I need to text a couple of people that I'm live. I need to text No Shame in Feeding I'm live. So first and foremost, today was day 1 of December Community Day in Pokemon Go. And, well, these are the shinies I got. I got a shiny Goomy, Bellsprout, Beldum, Litten, and Bounsweet. That's it. I only got 5 shinies today. Because Community Day for December's is just an amalgamation, a compilation of all the community days throughout the year, I already had all the shinies, so I didn't really try that hard. So I mostly just grinded today for candies. So primarily I went for Pokemon like Rowlet, Bagon, Goomy, Ponyta, just grinding candies off of them. So we go right for Pangoro. Starting today, I had like nearly 300 Pineapple Berries, and boy oh boy did I put them to good use today. Today already had double catch candy, so, you know, 6 candies per catch, and then a Pineapple Berry, that's 12 candies, so I grinded like crazy. I'm down to like half of my Pineapple Berries now. So here, I am supposed to use Rage Powder. Okay, I guess I'll use Rage Powder. That's what the strategy said. So actually today, I was going to start at 9 p.m. just to start hosting, just to try to start and scout for a good path. But then the timing didn't work out, so I had to try to push it back to 9:30. And then, well, this person was hosting, so that's why I started at 9:20. So I think this strategy is still a work in progress, but you can see the vision, right? We have Kingler for Wide Guard, we have Jinx and Mr. Mime for Ice, and then I'm kind of just here. With Amoonguss, I'm kind of just here. Up next in the strat is a Clefairy, so I swap Amoonguss for Clefairy. Amoonguss is here in order to counter for Clefairy with the poison moves. Well, I probably should attack, but I'm gonna follow the strategy just in case Pangoro wakes up. See, this is why I hunted for Xerneas and Yveltal in Ultra Sun and Moon. No chance in hell I was going to do them again this method. At least not until this is the only method to hunt them. At this point, I'm just going to attack. It doesn't matter. Oh, that sleep worked like a charm. Alright, so today I have a lot to talk about. A lot of TV shows and whatnot to talk about. Today I have to talk about Creature Commandos. I have to talk about The Boys, Oshinoko Season 2. And then I also have Beast Games to talk about, because I kind of forgot that was coming out so soon. So Beast Games, I did watch episode 1 before this. I was gonna watch episode 2, But I figured, well, we're pretty stacked already with how much there is to talk about. So I'm just gonna watch episode 1. Should I go for Leftovers or Shell Bell? Let me see. Strategy. Nope. Leftovers it is. Because if I'm swapping for Clefairy, my job is Life Dew. So Shell Bell won't mean anything to me. Uh-oh, is that what this thing just made it sound like? Let's see, which one's stronger? Definitely this one. Ahem. Alright, so yeah, I got 4 different shows to talk about today. And man, I am just so stacked with how many shows I have to watch. I'm currently watching these 4 shows. Literally tomorrow, from me playing this, tomorrow, Season 3 of What If begins. So I'll talk about that next time as well, on top of everything else I have already watching. And then, a couple days from now, Squid Game Season 2 starts. So I have a shit ton to watch. And this isn't even counting some of the other shows I have yet to watch, like Arcane, Secret Level, among a lot of other ones. So I am stacked to the gills with how many things I'm watching right now. So let's first talk about Creature Commandos. This is episode 4. Because I have so many episodes I'm watching at a time, it's hard to keep count. It's very easy for me to lose count which episode I'm on. Let me see, I'm pretty sure it's episode 4. Yes, episode 4. Episode 4, Chasing Squirrels. And I just gotta say, God damn it, James Gunn! You made me care for another character once again! In the twisted mind of James Gunn, he managed to make me care not only for a tree and a talking raccoon, but now also a weasel. So, like I said in the past, it seems like each episode of Creature Commandos is going to have some sort of focus on one of the main characters. Before, well, the first episode was just introducing the group. Episode 2 mostly focused on Bride and her backstory. Episode 3... Who did episode 3 focus on again? Episode 3, oh my god, why can't I remember? Oh yeah, episode 3 was following G.I. Robot. And now episode 4 was primarily a Weasel backstory. Man, after watching this episode, I see Weasel in a completely different light. Now I'm gonna think of him differently every time I rewatch The Suicide Squad. So let's see, this episode, they captured Cersei. Should I put down a reflect? I don't think I need to. Let me check. Nope, just Life Dew. So, in the last episode, Cersei was taken down. So, they're now bringing her back to America to be questioned. So, they have to leave Princess Ilana. They go back to America, Cersei is questioned. We actually see John Economos in this episode. Fun little fact, by the way, I did meet Steve Agee. I tried to find the picture I took of him, but I couldn't find it. So maybe I'll look for it and post it here next time. But yeah, Steve Agee did reprise his role as John Economos for this episode. And his leg is still broken after the events of dealing with the butterflies and the cow at the end of Peacemaker. And that's why I use Life Dew. So, actually, we have some character's name who I forgot the name of. She's like a very obscure character. She is the attorney for Weasel, and she believes that Weasel was once a man. So, she believes that Weasel is a John Doe. The backstory didn't really answer if he was a John Doe, like a human being that changed into Weasel. The backstory didn't answer that. So, we'll have to see later on if we get a reason to why she thinks that. Oh, so close. Okay, so they go back to America, and it turns out that, you know, Cersei is trying to save everyone from Ilana. There's also a little side plot of Frankenstein growing jealous of Rick Flag Sr. That'll come back later on. So Cersei shows Amanda Waller a vision of the future, and then we get a better look at the dystopian future where the big three are dead, which I find highly doubtful that Cersei and her army is able to take down everyone there. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. We also have other characters in the background. We saw Peacemaker, we saw Peacemaker characters. We saw Peacemaker himself, Vigilante, someone who looked like Judo Master. We saw Mr. Terrific. Like, I find it really hard to believe Cersei took down all these characters, regardless of if she had an army or not. However, in her army, it looked like Gorilla Grodd was with her. So Amanda Waller actually is now believing that Cersei's right. We have to kill Princess Ilana. Rick Flag Sr., though, he's against it just because he now has an emotional connection to her. So he protests. He wants out of the, the mission to go back to the place which I'm forgetting the name of and kill her. But Amanda Waller, she sends the creature commandos there. She sends them back there regardless. Now with Bride heading the team instead of Rick Flag. So, Rick Flag Sr., he goes back home, but then he's attacked by Frankenstein. They fight, and then Rick Flag realizes that, he's jealous of him and Bride. And then there's a really goofy back and forth between Rick Flag Sr. and then Frankenstein, acting like, just a child. So I can't wait to see how this relationship will play out, their quote-unquote friendship, or maybe just a partnership. Nope, I follow the strategy, I use Life Dew. Are you serious? At least Ice Beam took it down. Can I possibly get lucky and get it first try? I doubt it. But it's not the first time I would have gotten something shiny first try here. I did get shiny Thunderous first try. I'm not kidding, by the way. And it was also the first time I got 2 shinies in one Dynamax adventure. So rest in peace to that Piloswine. Alright, check number 1. Nothing. How do I, No, how do I change the text again? There we go. So actually, like earlier, a little bit earlier in the episode, we see Weasel with his attorney, pictures of kids, and it's like, do these bring back any memories? Maybe it seemed like it was at first, but then Weasel being Weasel. Later on in the episode, near the end, when they're flying back to, I know it's not Slovakia. What was the name of the place again that they're going to? Okay, this time I'm player 2. I follow the player 2 strategy. Pakistan, that's the place. They go back to Pakistan, and while on the way there, okay, good. While on the way there, Weasel dreams about his past, and oh, what a heartbreaking story. I almost teared up. I'm not lying. Once again, James Gunn. Right, so player 2 strategy, I picked Mr. Mime. So, Weasel was innocent. The backstory we've got off to work with so far was that he killed, what, 26 kids? But he did no such thing. Weasel was just a scared, innocent creature who was playing around with kids in like a school playground. The door was unlocked, so the kids went in. This hillbilly guy saw Weasel with the kids, not knowing what kind of creature Weasel is. Not only grabs his shotgun, but also calls the cops, afraid for the children's safety. Tries to kill Weasel inside the school. A series of unfortunate events. A fire starts. Thanks to the shotgun blast, missing Weasel. It hits like a fuel line or whatever, and then an explosion happens. Majority of the kids are dead. But one child... Okay, yes, icy wind. One kid survives, so Weasel tries to save the little girl. The police mistake Weasel trying to save her for like some monster in a fire trying to kill the kids. As Weasel tries to escape, saving the girl's life, the cops keep on shooting at him. And then the girl dies because of it. Not because being shot, but she was left behind and then she was crushed by falling, flaming rubble. And poor Weasel was just trying to save the kids. But now Weasel is blamed. Oh no! I feel so bad for Weasel! Now every time I rewatch The Suicide Squad, I'm gonna know Weasel is innocent. He tried saving kids, and he did not kill like 26 children. There was also this one scene of the Creature Commandos just before going back to Pakistan. They're back in prison, you know, they're eating slop. But then some other characters who I don't know the names of being mean to Nina, so then Bride steps up for her, breaking that gorilla's jaw. Possibly killing him. So on the plane ride back to Pakistan, you know, it's like, what do you think he's dreaming of? Probably chasing squirrels. But poor Weasel was dreaming about, you know, his tragic past. Poor Weasel. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. There are still, in terms of characters we still have yet to see a backstory for, we're still missing Dr. Phosphorus, Nina, Rick Flag Sr., if you really want to count him. I don't really think we really need a backstory for Rick Flag Sr., but, you know, wouldn't hurt. I mean, James Gunn, he's doing a really great job so far, writing the story, telling us the characters' backstories, simultaneously with telling us the present-day plot. So he's doing a great job writing this. Oh, the voice acting is fantastic. The storyline and pacing is... Well, the voice acting is fantastic. The pacing is pretty good. You know, I wish the episodes were a little bit longer. But hey, you know what? The pacing works for a 20 to 22 minute long episode, so it works. Poor Weasel. My heart is broken after watching that episode. By the way, we're almost half an hour into this, and we've only seen one Zygarde. The odds are 1 in 100 with Shiny Charm. So, yeah, the odds may be great, but the time, how long it takes. This is why I was saying that this hunt had the potential to take the longest. Now, it'd be a different story if I was hunting this all day on my own time, because believe me, there are plenty of people on Discord hosting Zygarde raids. But because I want to do it here, in front of you guys, well, I'm restricted to only doing it at night. Unless I do this for like 6 hours on my day off, which I could. I might. You know, if I actually get Shiny Zygarde, that means that all the Dynite ore I have will go to waste. Excuse me, I'm just double checking stuff on my phone. Okay, because I am Mr. Mime this time, let's see, no Shell Bell, power of physical moves. Is Icy Wind physical? I haven't been paying attention. I don't have enough time to ask. I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna risk it. I don't remember if Icy Wind is physical. I think it might be physical. Ideally, I probably should have taken leftovers, but I'm just thinking like, well, Wide Guard, right? Wide Guard is gonna protect me, and I'm not doing this for ores anyways. I'm doing this for shiny. Well, technically, don't I stab with both of these? Nope, I'm gonna follow strategy. Psychic, yes. Give me a second. While this happens, I'm just gonna double check something outside. Excuse me. I knew it. My dad's friends came over, so a lot of lights went unturned off. Alright, so let's now move on from Creature Commandos. Let's talk about The Boys, Season 1, Episode 5. So this episode, let's see, this episode did have a couple of, like, building moments. Actually, the first half of the episode was like kind of slow. So this episode, we go to this kind of like religious concert kind of thing, kind of event, where, you know, Starlight's family and people, they're the ones who host it. So now that Starlight is one of the 7, she's like a big celebrity in this event. So Huey and Starlight are kind of going on a date for this. So there are things that happen, kind of like a religious circle. And of course, teens being teens are gonna ask Starlight, did you have a boyfriend? Did you have sex? Because there's that whole thing about, like, sex before marriage is a sin. And we all know what happened to her with Deep. So, then again, that wasn't her fault. That wasn't her choice. So there's this Ezekiel character who knows about Compound V. Actually, wait a second. Speaking of Compound V, this episode didn't start this way. Episode started with Popclaw hiding. She finally reveals to A-Train who she told about Compound V, and then A-Train kills her. A-Train makes it look like she overdosed on heroin. So it's like, oh, the betrayal. So after A-Train killed Popclaw, his own girlfriend, he reports back to Homelander. Homelander knew that A-Train was taking Compound V. Like, of course Homelander would know. But he's strangely okay with it. I guess because A-Train went to him about this problem. I gotta say, so far, a lot of the characters are not likable. They are just not good people. A-Train sucks. A-Train's kind of a douchebag. The Deep is definitely a douchebag. It seems like the only, I guess, competent character is Maeve, because we know how Homelander is, and we barely see anything from Black Noir. So anyways, at that religious camp thing, this character Ezekiel is preaching the Lord's word or whatnot. And then it's like $15,000 for a ticket to have a private session with him and be baptized by him and Homelander. So because our characters need dirt on Ezekiel in order to learn about Compound V, because back in episode 1, he was who we saw in that club for all the corrupt soups. You know, he's religious, and, you know, typically that is very anti-gay, so he is very much, you know, preaching against gay, but, you know, we saw in episode 1 him making out with guys and whatnot. So Huey needs to get into that $15,000 private session. So he asks Starlight if, you know, she can hook him up. Alright. Check number 2. No, nothing. So inside the little, like, private session thing where they're getting baptized, it was unexpected that Homelander would be there. Homelander, earlier in the episode, also had a conversation with Madeline about stuff and whatnot. So unexpectedly, Homelander is there to baptize him, and I really question what Homelander's problem is with Huey. Besides, I guess, just not making money for Vought. Because he recognizes Huey in that place, like in that private session to be baptized. And then he's like, you know Starlight, don't you? How'd you meet? Oh, we met a couple weeks ago. Oh, well, this here is a pretty pricey experience, and she managed to get it to you for free. And then, ooh, this part's scary, where they're baptizing everyone in holy water, like a giant hot tub of holy water. And Huey's terrified. I would be too. Oh, like, if I knew the soups were all corrupt, then I would be terrified as well. However, to the average public, to the average citizen and to the public, they don't know that Homelander is unhinged and corrupt. But Huey knows, so he's terrified, like, oh my god, oh my god, Homelander is about to drown me. Because for a second, that's what it looked like. Homelander dipped him down, and he was underwater longer than anyone else. And Homelander just smiled menacingly, holding him underwater. Now, if you are being drowned by Homelander, well, you're done for. No struggling, no anything can help you there. Like, no matter how hard you try to struggle, Homelander will keep you still. He will hold you underwater. No amount of strength or struggling will save you. So if I was being baptized by Homelander, I may as well, you know, just accept my fate. Accept that I will one day meet Homelander down in the fiery gates. So finally, Huey gets a chance alone with Ezekiel, but because of the baptization, his phone doesn't work. You know, so the blackmailing footage he has, he can't show it. The footage of him at that club making out with guys. So then Huey on the spot makes up some sort of blackmail like, oh, I don't have video, but you fucked me. We had sex at that club a couple weeks ago where you stuck your dick up in my ass. He just made all that up on the spot. And then, you know, he manages to blackmail Ezekiel, getting him to comply and telling him what he knows about Compound V. Turns out that Compound V is shipped out to every hospital in the country or whatever. Around this time, there was also the storyline where Butcher, he goes to see, I forget her name, but I'm starting to piece together the story. Something happened in the past that Mother's Milk and Frenchie keep on referencing. So, I forget the character's name, also. Previous episode, where we see Butcher, you know, making sweet love to this woman, and then him watching her on park footage. I think that was his wife. Something happened, she either disappeared or died, they don't know where she is. Maybe that's why, I think, yeah, that's why he was watching old footage of her, because she's gone. Either dead or missing, she's gone. So he goes and visits his I believe, his wife's sister, who put up a tombstone for her. Not an empty grave, but a tombstone. Someone, or something, for their mother to talk to. So Butcher is mad about this, because he still believes Hope that she's out there somewhere. So later in the episode, he goes and smashes that tombstone with a sledgehammer. And then, you know, he gets a call saying, hey, we found Compound V, it's in hospitals. So he and Mother's Milk go, and then this scene is, the implications are terrible. It turns out hospitals are pumping Compound V into babies, creating soups. So the whole, you know, religious thing about, like, God's given power, like, I was chosen by God to have power. It's like, yeah, my ass. You guys are artificially pumping babies with Compound V and giving them superpowers at quote-unquote birth. Now that makes me wonder, like, every soup we see, is that what happened? Like, was Homelander as a baby pumped with Compound V? Was Starlight? Was the Deep? Or did these guys actually get born naturally with powers. Because, like, what happens when a baby pumped with Compound V grows up, is an adult, and then, you know, has kids? Does the kids just inherit powers without being pumped with Compound V? So, I wonder if that'll get answered. So then we get this awesome action sequence where they use the baby's laser eyes to kill a bunch of guys. Well, it's a good thing the kid's still just a baby. Won't remember that in the slightest. So now our characters has a sample of Compound V. I thought I just heard something outside. So now Starlight is making a speech. She's reading off of the telegram, of course. Or teleprompter. But then she goes off script. So she's being honest for once, questioning her faith. You know, saying stuff like, the Bible was written back when life expectancy was like 30 years. Having premarital sex isn't a sin, it's just being human. And then she reveals, like, you know, and I'm saying this like the guy that stuck his dick in my face. So she says that, she announces that, but nobody picks up on it. And we'll get back to that in a second. The only person in the whole crowd to applaud is Huey. Huey goes and talks to Starlight. She's upset, like, well, I'm glad you liked my speech. Is there any other expensive endeavors you'd like me to hook you up with? Because she's a little upset, and I would be too. She's a little upset that Huey used her for something so expensive. You know, to Starlight, you can only imagine that she's thinking, this guy isn't as nice and genuine as I thought. You know, he's just using me to get luxurious stuff. But then Huey reveals his girlfriend died recently. So maybe something like this, faith, will help, but it didn't. So they both apologize. They make up. And then a little bit later, there's a news broadcast saying, like, Starlight is now questioning her faith. And I'm just thinking, that's what you're focusing on? She literally said that an individual stuck his dick in her face. And you're focusing on her questioning her faith? I think that's not the main thing to focus on. And my god, I don't know if that's worse. If that's better or worse. Given, you know, what Deep did to her. I don't know if through the face or down there would have been worse. I don't know, like, that's really hard to say. And that's not for me to say. I don't know which one's worse. The face or down there. So by the end of this, by the end of the episode, we had this moment that I just could not tell where it was going. Homelander gets caught looking at Madeline. She just invites him in, unbuttons her shirt, offers him a seat next to her, makes him lie down on her lap, slowly brings his face over to her chest. I couldn't really tell where it was going. Oh yeah, throughout the episode also, we had A-Train's story. So he learns from Popclaw before he killed her, like, who she revealed. There was this like British guy, this black guy with a goatee, this French guy with a buzz cut, and this like skinny white guy. A-Train, while clearing out Popclaw's apartment, not only does he watch footage of the two of them having sex, which is just strange in its own right, but then the footage cuts to when she killed that guy by Snoo Snoo. Butcher's face wasn't caught on, you know, caught in the shot, but Frenchie's was. So A-Train takes Frenchie's face to Vought. They track him down. So now, you know, Frenchie's been made. Frenchie, well, Vought is aware of Frenchie. So Frenchie lets go of Karen Fukuhara's character, who we still don't know the name of yet. He lets her go from her shackles, only for Frenchie's protection. You know, normally I would think that Frenchie and Karen Fukuhara's character, they would make a, you know, they would make a great couple, but Frenchie's already with someone. I don't think Jinx was supposed to swap. I think that was an accident. Oh, thank goodness. Did someone get kicked out? Oh, I think someone did. I think someone disconnected. Okay, so it's on me to Dynamax now. So by the end of the episode, Frenchie is trying to leave, trying to escape without being caught by the 7. Actually, Black Noir finds him, but then he's saved by the Asian lady. There is this lack of music fight between the two. And then it looks like Black Noir completely tears into the Asian lady, killing her. But she can regenerate. She can heal herself. So I can't wait to see where her character's going. And that's about it for this episode. Oh, come on! Well, that's okay. It's okay. It's a sleep, and next turn I Dynamax. So let's see. How many shows am I gonna have to talk about? So there's the now 4 shows coming out this month. Creature Commandos, What If Season 3, Squid Game Season 2, Beast Games. Those are all coming out this month. So I'm watching all 4 of those, plus The Boys in Oshinoko. So I got 6 different shows to talk about. And then, you know, next round of shows will probably include Secret Level, Arcane, a couple other shows that I have yet to watch. I do want to rewatch Daredevil and Punisher before Daredevil Born Again. And that does probably include Defenders, like everything Daredevil-wise. So yeah, those are all the upcoming shows I'm watching, not including From. So yeah, a couple of other shows I have yet to watch in the pipeline. Like I keep mentioning, Arcane, Secret Level. I still have Edge of Sleep to check out, as well as the cancelled Dead Boy Detectives. And the anime Alia Hides Her Feelings in Russian. I do want to watch that. I'm very late to watching that, but you know, better late than never. Alright, check number 3. No. No shiny here. An hour and we only saw 3 Zygardes. This is why this hunt takes so long. The person disconnected and they only just now finished Zygarde. Oh, no shinies. No shiny for the person who disconnected. I like being player 2. I don't have to swap for anything. You guys already saw the player 3 strategy. Excuse me. Anyone else think we're gonna get a Mega Jinx? It wasn't the Terra leak. Man, I can't believe I'm actually hunting for Zygarde again. I already got 2 shiny Zygardes from Dynamax Adventures. 1 was full odds, without shiny charm. I wasn't even really hunting for it. I was just helping someone do it before it was actually time for me to hunt for it. And then I just got it. Full odds. 1 in 300. Ugh. I'm sorry there. I'm not the one hosting it. I'm joining someone else hosting. So, you know, I don't have control over who joins. Good luck on you hunting it, though. You know, I really was worried that by the time it came for me to hunt this again, nobody would join, because everyone would have gotten it by now. It turns out that is very much not the case. There are still plenty. Oh my god. No, 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 no. I need to get rid of that bot. Oops. I closed out the wrong thing. That's not it. Get rid of this. Matter of fact, delete that image. I don't need it anymore. Hold on. I need to get rid of that bot. You, be gone. I'm sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Alright, let's continue. We have Oshinoko Season 2, Episode 5 to talk about. This episode, I kind of wasn't expecting it to lead up to the big performance, which should be the next episode. So the play that this season's been building up to thus far should be the next episode. Because by the end of this episode, everyone is in character, the performance is about to start, and then the episode ends. So it's building up. I'm really excited to see the next episode. I can picture it kind of like a Pokemon battle playing out, where you see what's happening. You see what's happening with the quote-unquote Pokemon battling, and then you see people in the audience critiquing and then saying things for the audience to know. So I picture it kind of like that happening. You know, something like Brock saying, "Oh man, that did a lot of damage. Ash is in big trouble right now." So I imagine, you know, the director and the audience saying, "Come on, Aqua, you can do this. You may have messed up a little bit, but you can still jump back from it." Like something like that. So this episode picks up from the last episode. It actually starts off with Akane cooking, which, Aqua, you are in such an amazing position right now, and you are messing it up! So basically everyone is saying to Aqua, like, "Yo, Akane's a keeper. What's the matter with you, boy?" So Akane, you know, she asked to see some of Aqua's, like, older acting projects. And surprisingly, Aqua agrees to let her see. And even I forgot about this. Thankfully, they flash back to it. In Season 1, he even refused to let Kana take a look. But at some point, he had a change of heart, and now he's okay with Akane seeing it. Seeing his previous cringe acting projects. So, you know, character growth. And then Akane and Aqua are on the balcony and they're just talking. You know, they need to fulfill the roles to each other as boyfriend and girlfriend. What I like about this scene and how it actually made sense. So they're asking each other, like, "Why are you acting?" You know, Akane is asking Aqua, "Why are you acting? Is it for fame, money, the attention?" And then he answers, not really, by asking her the same thing. "Why are you acting, Akane?" Akane is like, "Because it's fun." So, Aqua kinda actually answers her, and, you know, for once, truthfully. But Akane, yeah. So he's like, "What if I told you that the reason I'm acting is because I want to kill someone? There is someone high up in the entertainment industry who I want gone." Now, had Akane in the last episode not pieced together that Aqua may be the secret child of I, then maybe she'd be a little bit more, you know, against this idea. But thankfully, she goes along with it. Like, if you want to kill someone high up, I'm gonna stick by your side. I'll help you do it. Now, I'm kind of glad about this, because let's say, hypothetically, let's just assume for a second, hypothetically speaking, that if Akane did not piece together who Aqua is, then if she was told the reason Aqua is acting is because he wants to kill someone, she would begin to piece something else together. Like, wait a second, he might not be joking. Aqua says he has no interest in acting. Aqua's always, you know, gloomy, secretive. Maybe he really does have a plot to kill someone higher up. Like, you know, Aqua would kind of scare her away. So I'm glad it played out the way it did, where first she pieced together who Aqua is, and then learned why he's acting. And because knowing, you know, what Aqua's been through, the death of possibly his mother, Akane doesn't know for sure yet. So Akane actually understands, and she's with him. Man, oh man, do I wish I had someone by my side who would stick by me alongside my, psychopathic tendencies. Yeah, I don't have that in my life. Yeah, well, I doubt any of our friends are gonna agree when I tell them, why am I doing this? Because there's someone I want to kill. I think my friends would all leave me in a heartbeat. Because if I told my friends that, I'm pretty sure they would all genuinely believe me. They would think I actually have that plan. So anyways, we finally get to see Ruby in this episode. And, ooh, some more cringe writing. You know, where Ruby is trying to see her brother. She's with that pink hair friend of hers. I don't know her name. She's a very background character. And then, she gets hits, no, not before that. She actually, because Ruby is innocent to the core, she has no idea about certain things that teens get up to. So that friend of hers, she's kind of insinuating that, hey, your brother's been coming home late lately, hasn't he? And he's been seen with his girlfriend. Oh, they're probably up to something sexy if he if he's constantly coming home late. Ruby's just like, what? They do that? Teens do that? It almost seems like Ruby's a little jealous that her brother might be doing that stuff. Which kind of doesn't make much sense, because at this moment she still doesn't know who her brother is. But, like, you know, she's also reassured, like, my brother just isn't like that. My brother would never do that. But then she very, you know, upsetly goes inside and tries to use the bathroom. And then at this point, that green-haired guy, who I don't know the name of, he tries to hit on the girl with the pink hair. Now, at first, he was doing good. And then, he was messing it up. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little impressed. At first, he was spitting some game, and then he completely messed it up. You know, she's just standing outside waiting for Ruby. He opens a window like, are you waiting for someone to finish up? Something, you're with another studio? Like, you're not an actor, someone as cute as you? Like, oh, which studio are you with? Oh, you're with that one? Hey, I got some friends there. So, you know, he was doing good. He was trying to spit some game, and then he just went a little fast. He jumps out the window, puts his arm around her, like, here's a QR code on my phone. We should stay connected. Here, take my number. It's like, bruh, you were doing good, and then you just destroyed him. You just went a little too fast there, brother. Like, I don't know a lot of the characters' names, a lot of the secondary characters, so I'm just gonna have to describe them by their appearance. That dude with the purple hair who can't act for life, because the show's just ripping into him on his inability to act. Like, damn. I know if I was an actor, I would be this guy. I would be the guy constantly ripped into for sucking at acting. So he tries to talk to the green-haired guy, like, we need to be professionals. He's like, huh, you talking to me about being professional when you're the worst actor here? You constantly bringing down the whole project? It's like, damn, this guy can't catch a break. So then we get this rivalry back and forth between Akana and Kane. The two of them just do not like each other. And it's even worse when, you know, they both like the same guy. Though that's not really too much of a factor. So there's this rivalry, food war style, between between Aqua and Akane against Kana and that other guy. That other actor guy. So because the main problem with the new revised script is that it really relies on the actors being able to act emotion, and Aqua can't do that without, you know, having a panic attack. Because the method for actors doing emotion is to think about memories that correspond with the emotion. You know, if you want to act very great joy, then you think about happy memories, and vice versa for, you know, sadness. Because Aqua can't do sadness without thinking about I, and every time he thinks about her, he gets a panic attack. He clearly can't have a panic attack on stage performing. What are you gonna do? So that director helps him out, off screen. Aqua and Akane get some tips from the director on how to method act with emotion. So we'll have to see how that plays out in the next episode. And then the end of the episode is slowly playing towards the big play starting. Everyone's there. Apiko's there, Goa's there, Ruby's there. They're all ready to watch. Aqua is still, you know, still beating himself up and, like, wrestling with how he's going to display emotional acting. So we'll have to see. I really like the visuals, too. The visuals of, like, his former self, the doctor being this voice in the back of his head. Alright, check number 4. No shiny. No shiny, but good ore, though. waiting for the host. It's been an hour and 20 minutes and we've only seen 4 Zygardes. Is the mic picking that up? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier tonight, I got my 3rd overall Shiny Rayquaza from the event. I caught this one in a level ball. I'm gonna catch one tomorrow in a moon ball. What I want to do is I want to get one in a luxury ball on Christmas. I wanted to say caught December 25th. Just because, you know, like in terms of special dates I could get it on coming up. There's Christmas. So I'm gonna wait until Christmas Day to catch yet another Shiny Rayquaza in a luxury ball. You know, I kind of didn't remember how to get these special Pokeballs in Scarlet and Violet. I thought you had to do the thing where you battle the trainers and then you talk to the people. They give you a prize for battling a certain number of trainers. No, you get them from completing the Pokedex. And thankfully, I have a living dex at my disposal. Man, there's actually something I need to fix in my living dex, and that is certain Dynamax Pokemon. Or Gigantamax, I should say. Because in my living dex, I have a Meowth, a Pikachu, and an Eevee that all have the Gigantamax factor. And because of that, they cannot transfer, you know, to any other game besides Sword and Shield. So I need to fix that. I need to get rid of the factor or just flat out replace them without the factor. We are getting very lucky with that Frozen. You know, actually me saying Frozen just now reminded me. It's not relating to Frozen, but it's still something that close enough. Something I still have yet to watch is Inside Out 2. And then there was a limited miniseries that just came out. So I need to watch that as well. No, it's not Frozen 3. Frozen 3 is in development, but it's not for a while. Can you believe it's already been over 4 years since Frozen 2? And I know, because it took me 4 years to watch Frozen 2. So this 3rd film is taking quite a while from when the 2nd film came out. So yes, I have a lot to watch. Alright, so tonight we have already talked about Creature Commandos, The Boys, Oshinoko. Last thing I have to talk about today is Beast Games. Mr. Beast's Amazon series. Once again, I kind of didn't realize it was coming out so soon. The trailer came out like over a week ago. I completely forgot to watch it. And then, 2 days ago, when I finally watched it, I'm like, when's this come out again? Oh, today. Or was it tomorrow from when I watched it? I don't know, I think I watched it the day it came out. So I watched the trailer. I'm like, when's this come out? Oh, it comes out today. Like I said, I was going to watch both episodes before starting this, because both episodes are out right now. But then I figured, well, I'm pretty stacked on what I have to talk about, so I'll just watch one episode and save episode 2 for next time. And you know what's interesting? In the Mr. Beast continuity, in the Mr. Beast timeline, there's technically an episode 0 before watching the show, and that is a Mr. Beast YouTube video. The precursor to the Amazon show. The Mr. Beast video, what was it called again? It was like 2,000 people fight for Beast games. Yeah, 2,000 people fight for $5 million. That came out 2 days ago as of right now. So that's technically episode 0, because that's the precursor. The show itself has 1,000 contestants, but at first it was 2,000. 2,000, and then, you know, a series of games and whatnot reduced that number by half. So the 1,000 players in that Mr. Beast video then went on to the Amazon show. And, you know, me among a lot of others watching these game shows, I'm thinking, I can win this no problem. But then actually watching the Mr. Beast episode, I realized, never mind. There is, especially this game show, I have a much greater chance to not win. Because Mr. Beast, these games are much more random. Like, you have a very good chance of being eliminated. So, as I was watching, I was like, nope, never mind. I will more than likely not be able to win this. But I still won't give up, though. Man has to outrun people, has to lift a boulder. Why are you treating me as if I'm queso? So let's see. Some of the Mr. Beast games I saw in episode 1 were pretty diabolical. I can see now, like, this is just episode 1, I can see now why some people may have sued for, like, emotional distress. And just from watching episode 1, I don't even know what the other episodes have. Then again, like, the first episode worth of games, I don't think any of those were worth suing him over. So I have to see in the later episodes, like, what was truly worth suing Mr. Beast over. Has to hope some other person doesn't jump before a timer started. Yep. If you saw the, technically, episode 0, the Mr. Beast video on his channel, you'll know. So let's see, what was the events? How did the games play out? I think the first game in the first episode was like, you have different rows, so you have rows of people, and every row of people have to have one person willingly sacrifice himself and be eliminated from the game. Eliminated from winning $5 million. And the last 3 rows of people who do not have someone volunteer, the entire row gets eliminated. So immediately I'm like, oh shit. There I go thinking I probably would have a good chance of winning this. Because, like, if every person in my row is greedy and wants that money, and we're too late, we're all done for. I either sacrifice myself and don't win any money, or nobody else does and I still lose. And then the whole thing about the ground they were standing on, the platform they were standing on, being a trap door. Once you're eliminated, the bottom, like the floor beneath you, opens up and you fall. Oh, what other word can I use besides diabolical? Mr. Beast is probably the closest we have to a real-life Chris McClane. So then, if I'm not mistaken, the next game was it building the tower out of blocks? I'm forgetting the events, the order of operation. Because there were parts of the episode where he tried to bribe, like, how am I supposed to talk about a game show, right? Well, the whole thing about building blocks, at first I thought, that's pretty simple, I could probably do this, building blocks. But, then I heard the rest of the rules. If they collapse, you're out. Like, you have to build it with all the pieces standing within 10 minutes. And the first 100 people whose tower collapses, they're out. And it doesn't end until 100 are out. So even if I was able to build a stable tower, say like 50 people got out, we're not done there until another 50 leaves or gets eliminated. So unless I have a super stable tower, like, I can see how stressful that would be. I think there was also, you know, the bribe thing. Like, Mr. Beast tries to bribe them, like, if you take this money, you get this money, but everyone in your row is also eliminated. Something like that. Oh yeah, the episode also started off with, like, another bribe. It started with a bribe. You can choose to eliminate yourself, and you can instantly get $1 million. However, the catch is, the more who volunteer out, your money gets separated and divided per person. So $1 million, if 2 people were to go out, they each get half. 3 people go out, they each get a third. So the more people opt out, the less money you make. You know, eliminating your chance overall to win 5 million. And then, well, too bad for you. Spoilers, too bad for you. I don't know, it's like, it's kind of hard for me to talk about a game show. How am I supposed to talk about this? Give me your Prime. I don't have Prime. I refuse to make Logan Paul richer. I would not be surprised if I see some sort of Prime advertising in this show at some point. I think by the end of the episode, 1,000 contestants, only half are remaining, 500 are remaining. And they're all moving over to Beast City for a month as the show gets filmed. So it is very much like, you know, very much like Total Drama Island. Except it's not an island. I think Mr. Beast said he spent like $15 million just building that city from the ground up. don't you think that, obviously this game show was filmed a couple months in advance. You know, that's a lot of footage for them to comb over and edit into a show. So they had to film this well in advance. Don't you think, like, we would have heard who won the $5 million? Don't you think someone would have reported this individual won $5 million from Mr. Beast's, you know, game show on Amazon? Wouldn't that kind of just spoil who won the show? But then again, it's not like Squid Game where you follow a main character, right? Whoever won is just going to be a background person. Just going to be a background person until, you know, the number of contestants reduce. Say there's like 20 people left, where it's going to be a little more obvious who's going to win. Then again, maybe they do a little deceiving editing. Oh, he did? Mr. Beast paid $2,000 for people to keep quiet after leaving the game show. Ah. Then again, I guess that makes sense. He probably had everyone sign an NDA. They can't disclose if they won or not. Well, actually, I should say the opposite. They can't disclose if they lost or not, because I think that'd be more common. I really wonder, where's Mr. Beast getting all this from? Do you know, a couple days ago, news broke out that Mr. Beast rented the pyramids in Egypt for a video? Turns out you can do that. You can just rent the pyramids. Like, the amount of stuff Mr. Beast is spending on, can you believe he's not the richest person? Like, Elon Musk has this kind of power tenfold, 1,000-fold maybe. While all us normal plebes are trying to make an honest living. You know what I was kind of surprised by? I was kind of surprised, like, I heard that in terms of the show, okay, yeah, but Mr. Beast spends his money to make more money, so he ain't the richest man because he's losing money in progress. By your logic, at some point, Mr. Beast will have more money than Elon Musk, but then he'll spend it all. At some point, that'll probably happen. Anyways, like, I was a little surprised to see the way the show was structured. I heard beforehand, watching the show, that what the editing did was really show off some of the characters. Well, characters. Some of the not actors, not even actors. Some of the contestants. Anyways, first, check number 5. No shiny. Wait, no, I don't pick that. I pick anything is fine. Anyways, as I was saying, I heard beforehand watching the show that the way the editing was done is that they show more of the contestants, make you learn who the people are, make you feel for them, make you connect with them. So far, in episode 1, not really. The way I pictured it was kind of like, you know, I guess Hell's Kitchen kind of way. You have each person have a little scene on their own, their name in the corner, telling you about themselves. telling you what they thought in that moment. Like, clearly they obviously recorded that on the side afterwards, right? After the games were done, you have them in front of the camera. You're like, tell us what you thought of in that moment. In that moment, my heart was racing. I didn't know if I was going to win or not. Something like that. No, that's not how it was edited. At least not yet. Maybe later on in later episodes that will be the case. So I'm very curious. I'm very curious to keep on watching and see what Mr. Beast was sued over. Something about, like, you know, malnourishment, sexism, just, like, unrealistic conditions to play the games under. Like, lack of medical care for injuries. I doubt any of that's going to be left in the episode. They're going to leave in the episode a contestant got hurt. And then just be like, oh, well, that person got injured. Moving on. What I mean by this is, I want to see the games and how easily one could be injured from them. Like, okay, that game was a little dangerous. Someone probably got hurt there, and that's what the lawsuit's over. Something like that. Well, that's about all I have to talk about tonight. 4 episodes. And, you know, soon, in the future, I'll have even more than 4 episodes to talk about. When they all line up, I'm gonna have 6 episodes, 6 shows worth of episodes to talk about in just one of these. Because that's just how much content I'll be watching. So I know I should probably be not catching anything else except for Zygarde. That way I save my Pokeballs for only Zygarde, because I don't have money left to buy any more Pokeballs. Like, statistically, I should get Shiny Zygarde before I run out of Pokeballs. Because let's round it up to a clean 1,000. Divide by 4 Pokemon I catch, 250. So I have, let's be generous, okay? Let's say 249. So if I don't get Shiny Zygarde before 249 checks, then something's wrong, right? Then again, A-Drive did need 800 before getting Solgaleo, and I believe, of course, he had the Shiny Charm. 800? Let's just do a rough estimate. Let's say about 15 minutes average. 15 times 800, 12,000. Divide by 60 in terms of hours. That's 200 hours. So A-Drive spent 200 hours, give or take, to get Shiny Solgaleo. And let's go a step further. Let's divide this by 3. Because let's assume 8 hours a day he would hunt it. Because, you know, 8, 16, 24. 8 hours is a third of a day. So, divide by 8, or what? Divide by 3 to get 8 hours a day. To get a total of 200 hours, it would have taken him over 66 days of hunting 8 hours a day to get Shiny Solgaleo. You know, sadly, there's going to be a couple nights coming up where I won't be able to hunt this, which really breaks my heart. 23rd, I believe my friends want to come over. 24th, I might be having a family holiday dinner. Tonight's the 21st. Oh, man. There's our first one-shot. Well, that's okay. I'm not doing this for Dynite ore anyways. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Dynamax Adventures has this obsession with 1 HP. It happens more often than you think. So I'm really thinking they deliberately programmed it to sometimes 1 HP remains. People have lost against the boss only still having 1 HP left. I've lost to 1 HP remaining before. I'll take the leftovers. Wide lens, because I think Icy Wind has like a 95 accuracy. Well, now that I got nothing else to talk about, I guess I'll just be silent. Unless there's any sort of topics you guys want to discuss. So it's been like a week now to me hunting the Hisuian forms, and I still do not have even one shiny Hisuian Growlithe. How you didn't get your shiny Rowlet today? I caught every Rowlet I could find. No shiny. But instead, what I got was a shiny Litten. Yes, you sent it. You sent it to me. You got not only a shiny Rowlet, but also a shiny Chansey as well. Yeah, and it's 3 stars. Let me see, what's the best IV shiny Decidueye in my game? Like, I know I have I gotten 2 Hundo Rowlets and I evolved 1 into a Decidueye. But like, in terms of best IV shiny, let me take a look. It's not that great. In terms of shiny, it is a 3-star, but the IVs are 10, 13, 15. So attack is 10, defense is 13, HP is 15. That's the best shiny I have. That was the best shiny Rowlet I got. But let's see, in terms of like Rowlets I have now. The best shiny Rowlet I have now, I only have 1 3-star shiny Rowlet. IVs are 13, 13, 11. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? And also forgot to get a screenshot ready to show you guys? I got a Community Day catch card today. I didn't even know that was a thing. I got it from Field Research. You know, how Pokemon Go now has a special background. I didn't know that was a thing for Community Days. My door is open. Beautiful. Alright, check number 6. No shiny. The host is saying the next one will be the last one. So let me see, unless there's someone else hosting this, we might just be able to do only one more. Alright, come on. This might be the last one for the night, so let's hope for the best. You know, it's a good thing I bought a beast ball to get rid of some ores to make some space. I don't think we're even close to, you know, maxing out just yet. I think we're only halfway. We did 6 at most. That's 60. But I think 2 of them we got 8 ores. So that's 40 plus 12. That's 52. Out of 150 I spent just to make some space. Beast Ball from the Mr. Beast games? Yes, Beast Ball, because to catch the Ultra Beasts, the name Ultra Ball was already taken. You know, if Mr. Beast played Pokemon, you would probably love the Beast Ball. The hell is happening outside? Oh, let me take a look at what's happening outside. I hear some banging noises, as if someone just dropped something. As soon as I pick the move I need to use. Electric terrain? You fool! You'll probably be dead before you can make any use of that. You know, it's probably a good thing not ending this too late. 7 runs, just over 2 hours, that's, you know, a pretty respectable length. Damn, seeing a giant flat disc IRL would be scary. But yeah, I would love to continue this, but the host is ending after this run. Which, I guess it's fine. 7 runs in just over 2 hours. It's not bad. That's why these shinies take so long. And why, not a chance, I was going to hunt Xerneas and Yveltal using this method again. You know, not ending too late. It's not even midnight yet. I can let my dogs out. Maybe I could watch the second episode of Beast Games before I go to bed. Hold on, let me see. I got lights to turn off. Or maybe I could even shower before bed. Probably not, since I shower before work. I do need to wash my hair though. However, I know if I wash my hair tonight before bed, I'll just need to wash it again tomorrow morning when I wake up. You know, for whatever remaining hair I have left. You know when I don't wash my hair and then it gets greasy? You can really see all the patches to show how bald I am. When I wash my hair and it's clean, it's a lot more poofy, so it hides a lot more of the bald spots. Oh well, that's life for you. I mean, I could still see if the other host in the same Discord server is still, you know, going. I don't think so. I checked, I don't think they are. Yeah, I see the other server, or not the server, the other host in this server. They took a break like an hour ago, so it's not continuing yet. And well, the host for this one did say that they would host again like around this time in the coming days. So, you know, that works out for me. Well, I haven't done my hinge swipe in a couple days. You know, I'm told I'm supposed to leave comments. What kind of comments am I supposed to say? One of this prompt is here is, I'll fall for you if you're homebody with a sweet, caring, loving, and kind heart. What am I supposed to reply to that? Like, I'm your guy right here? What am I supposed to reply to this? Another prompt is, my love language is words of affirmation, acts of service, and physical touch. How the hell am I supposed to respond to those? Like, I got you covered with those right here? What do you want me to say to those? My simple pleasures. Mojito with some good food. What am I supposed to reply? Just okay? I don't know what I'm supposed to reply. There's this one here. I'm weirdly attracted to short frat guys. Well, I got the short part covered, but I'm not a frat guy. So, too bad for me there. know, a certain friend of mine said that he went on another date today. And then he texted me during the date. I'm just like, bro, you're texting me during your date? That's it. I give up. I quit. Hinge. It's not working for me. That's it. I give up. I'm doomed. Oh, now we gotta sit through the animation again. 8 wide cards. Obviously, Zygarde is the hardest boss in Dynamax Adventures. I would argue Xerneas is the second hardest. You know, if you want a shiny Zygarde, you need to buy a Nintendo Switch, you need to buy Sword and Shield, you need to buy the DLC, and just for good measure, you probably want to buy Nintendo Switch Online as well. Just for one shiny. One day the eShop will die, and you'll no longer have access to buy the DLC. So you either need to already have the DLC or buy the physical game that came with the DLC bundled. And we know how physical media is dying, so who knows if you'll be able to find that anymore in the future. So best of luck to you guys out there if you want to hunt this in the future. God damn it. Whatever. Alright, check number 7. No shinies tonight. Alright, before I end, because that will be the last one I can do, we're at 917. You know, the Beast Ball costs 150 ores to buy. That means you would have to do 15 flawless runs online just to get one Beast Ball. Yeah, no chance I'm hunting a Rayquaza and catching it in a Beast Ball. That's why I'm going to take advantage of the event going on. A free shiny Rayquaza that's a guaranteed catch in any ball I choose. I'm going to take advantage of that and catch one in a Beast Ball. Because I sure as hell am not doing it here. Alright, well, that's going to do it for tonight. That's all I'm able to do for now. We did 7 runs. All of them successful. No shinies. Well, it's okay. We just started. Plenty of room next time, I guess. Alright, that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time for more shiny hunting Zygarde. Alright, bye.